everybody, good evening. So I hope we're having a good week so far. It is Thursday the 5th of December 2013 and we are back. We're back after a week off. Oh dear. Arrow Season 2 Episode 8 titled The Scientist. This is part 1 of a 2-part mid-season finale. It ended on an epic cliffhanger, and I'm sure next week's episode, titled 3 Ghosts, is going to be even bigger. In fact, before I get onto this episode, Stephen Amell has just posted on Facebook, here's a spoiler-free primer for next Wednesday's mid-season finale 1, Barry Allen 2. The title 3 Ghosts has an obvious Christmas tie-in. 3, I've never been so surprised and happy while reading the script, ever. 4, first ever fight in the Arrow Cave. 5, my daughter was born while we filmed this episode. That is just brilliant. 6, again, not everybody makes it. 7, it has the title belt as the best episode we've ever done. I'm sure these 6 days will absolutely fly by. I love that guy's enthusiasm. It is just amazing, absolutely amazing. So anyway, Scientist. Barry Allen rolls into town. He was late to begin with. The episode opened up pretty well. I can only describe this person as, you know, being really strong and has the ability to lift heavy objects with pretty much with one hand. There was a break-in at a facility and something got taken. Now we have an idea as to who the character is that stole this particular item, but I'll get to that later on. Especially, it's pretty much got to do with next week's episode as well. So anyway, so when Diggle informs Oliver about the break-in, obviously Moira's come back, bless her. Moira's back in town. There was a lovely little tense interaction between her and Felicity, or awkward moment rather, but you know what Felicity's like, foot, mouth all the time. So yeah, Diggle tells Oliver about this break-in and they look at all the footage, see what's happening, and that's when Barry Allen makes his entrance. You've got Quentin Lance, John Diggle, Oliver Queen, Felicity, Smoke all standing there looking at this scrawny looking dude who's just, you know, they think, okay, where have you come from and do your parents know you're here? And he introduces himself as Barry Allen, played by Grant Gustin, and I must say he does brilliantly. I'm so happy that he got cast. He does really well. So he introduces himself, Barry Allen from Central City Police Department. He's with the Crime Scene Investigation Unit. But not all is what it seems. It seems that his introduction as, you know, working for the forensic scientists and such, because he is a scientist, but we actually find out the real reason that he came to Starling City, and I thought it was he tells us the true reason to both Oliver and Felicity as to why he's come to Starling, and my heart just I felt it. I really felt for him, because what he pretty much spoke about, what he said, and the reason he was in town was pretty much true to the origin. True to his origin. It was just immense, and you felt it. I'm sure Jeff Johns is just he's loving it. He'll be happy, and everybody else who's worked on the Flash comics as well will be really happy with how it's turned out. So as I say, that's happening. There was a moment, there was a tease in the episode of lightning striking in Starling City, and you see Barry hanging on a shelf with chemicals and stuff, and this thunder is like teasing with the lightning outside. There's a strong chemical reaction between Barry and Felicity. You see it straight away. Dork meets nerd. It was cute, and Oliver, you can see a little bit of the green-eyed monster appearing from him there. So we find out that the connection between this character, who's really strong, and it also goes back to the flashback on the island to do with the Japanese serum, and when Slade is obviously on his last legs, they find the guys find the submarine, they find the serum, but unfortunately they had to give it to him pretty much neat, as in they couldn't find a sedative to give to Slade. So this serum was either going to kill him or, you know, save his life. And we see the markings that what it does to him when Oliver, present day, catches up, well, is informed by Roy, because the way that this episode works is that Roy is helping out Sin locate her brother Max. And her brother Max has actually been kidnapped by Brother Blood. So we now see what Brother Blood seems to be up to. We still haven't figured out his end game yet, but we have an idea as to what he's actually up to. So Max has been captured by Brother Blood, and he pretty much becomes one of his lackeys. But then he's found dead by both Roy and Sin. And when Roy takes a picture of him, shows it to the Hood warns Roy to stay away. When Roy's like, you know, Roy then retaliates against him, saying, no, I don't need you, kind of thing. And as he's running away, unfortunately, he gets an arrow in the knee. Painful. Oliver holds a party for his mother as a, you know, welcome back, as you know, returning back to normal life. And well, the party was quite a hoot. Probably only 3 people turned up. That's not including Thea and Oliver and Felicity and Barry. So yeah, awkward moment. She drops a name. Moira drops a name against Malcolm Merlyn. He obviously, remember the reveal from 2 weeks ago. He is Thea's dad, biological father. Scary notion. When he mentioned Nanda Parbat in this episode, she does her research. Moira does her research and gives a message to someone, and we find out that that message, or that someone that she gives a message to, happens to be none other than Ra's al Ghul. And when she mentions that name to Malcolm, he obviously shat himself so hard. He could not believe that she actually knew of that person. Not that she knew of him, but because he mentioned Nanda Parbat, well, she had to do her research, didn't she? So, yeah. Also, Isabel and Moira, yeah, I think they're going to be great friends, really, really. So, we then see, as I say, Barry Allen has a dance with Felicity. It is really cute, really romantic. Oliver takes on this big guy, this guy who really has such immense strength, and that's when it happens. He gets injected with some kind of you know, serum that we don't even know what it does to him. They take him back to the cave, and by this time Barry's already on his way back to Central City, because his boss has found out that he's over there installing pretty much, you know, get back here now, Barry, otherwise you're fired. He's on his way back, and Felicity then realises that there's only one person who could save Oliver. They can't take him to the police, even though Diggle tried to ring the police against the absolute behest of Felicity's orders not to ring the police. So they had no choice. They had to capture Barry. And when he wakes up in the cave, he just couldn't quite believe himself. And that's where it ends. And it ends there. And that's where we've got next week's episode. And this is where we find out that the this big guy that Oliver's been taking on is none other than Cyrus Gold, aka the Acolyte. But we actually know him in DC Comics as Solomon Grundy. So, yeah, born on a Monday. Yep, all that sort of stuff. We get a bit more further development with Brother Blood. We're seeing a lot more interaction between Felicity and Barry, and this could well be the episode of where something lightning quick happens. Well, I'm trying to come up with an epic phrase, but something flashy happens to Barry. The particle accelerator is on target to be switched on next week at Central City, so that'll be interesting. And also at the same time, because the title of the next week's episode is 3 Ghosts, well, Oliver does start to see certain people because he hallucinates, and one of the people that he sees is believed to be none other than Tommy Merlin. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that one turns out. And what is the future of Slade Wilson? We don't know yet, so we'll find out next week as well. But all in all, brilliant episode. Good introduction for Barry Allen, especially with the little snippet of his origin there. I'm really pleased that they put that in there. There was a couple of DC comic hints in there, in particular Cord Industries as well was in there. Season 2 is just unbelievable, and I can't believe we're at the mid-season finale already for next week. It's going to be... I don't think I can wait till January, to be fair. I want to go to the future right now to see what's going to happen, but yeah, we are in for something awesome, so can't wait. Looking forward to it. Laurel does return next week, so I know we haven't seen much of Laurel lately, but she does return next week, so yeah, looking forward to it. Oh, brilliant, can't wait. Grant Gustin, well done by the way, awesome introduction. Can't wait to see what you've got for us next week. Thank you all very much for watching, and see you all later. Bye.